Hey everyone, welcome back to my SPAD channel, a spiritual principle a day. That's May 25th, 2026, and my name is John Clayton. I'm a recovering drug addict and alcoholic, and I've been clean and sober since February 21st, 2021. And welcome back everyone. Apologize that it's taken me a little while to get my recording done. Humility grounds us, page 150. The practice of humility helps us to be honest about our circumstances. We learn to live and give within the limits of our lives. Guiding Principles, Tradition 7, for members. In active addiction, we become masters of manipulation. We spun a web of lies so intricate that we begin to believe our own nonsense. The admissions that we were addicts may have been the first time we had been truly honest with ourselves in years. With this honesty comes an opportunity to take a look at our lives and where our active addiction led us. For many of us, being at our lowest low, having lost everything but our lives, and feeling humiliated by our behavior, inspires a modicum of honesty and humility. Others of us identified our spiritual and emotional desperation before we destroyed our relationships or lost our material possessions. In either case, an honest assessment leads us to practice humility as we accept that we're no better and no worse than anyone else in the rooms. As we stay clean, we get to know ourselves better through the process of working the steps, becoming familiar with our strengths and weaknesses in the sixth step gives us some perspective on what we have to offer the world and the fellowship. And in step 7, we find new freedoms in developing a humble and realistic view of ourselves and our resources. Life has a way of nudging us back to a state of humility as new experiences challenge us over time. We learn to stay clean through life's losses, divorce, bankruptcy, death, and we learn to stay humble even as we pursue an education, meet successes in our careers, or establish a healthy romantic relationship. We do our best to stay grounded in our program by remaining humble. Practicing humility can help us learn how to monitor our emotional well-being and change course before we hit a breaking point. When we lose sight of our humility, we become more vulnerable to overextending ourselves, risking emotional or physical exhaustion. Over time, we learn our limits. Protecting pride and ego takes a back seat to defending healthy boundaries. We begin to learn how to give within our means. Today, I will maintain a realistic perspective on my circumstances and exercise humility and discernment when offering to contribute to serve. That too was a good reading. That's one thing that's major difference in my life today is that, well, for one, I have to keep myself vigilant so that, I don't want to relapse. But I don't have a desire today to use, which helps a lot. Because without that desire, I would be screwed right now. And I'm a lot more humble today too. I hurt so many people, and most of the amends that I had to make, I had to do basically by Ash. And It's not something I think about, so, hopefully that helped in the long term. I mean, it must, because, I don't want to use, and, and still I'm surrounded by people who are still using today, and as much as I hate it, you know, I'm thankful that I have the strength to say no today. And I've never had that before. So, I'll leave it at that for now, I guess. Thank you for joining me today. I would love it if you hit subscribe and like and join my community. Um, I'm trying to get better at sharing these messages and remaining consistent. It's just me by myself, well, me and my cat, so sometimes it's hard trying to stay on top of myself, basically, being consistent with myself, being following through with my goals. And since I've been clean and sober, I've been exercising every day, and there's some days I miss my exercises, but then I just do extra the sets the following day if I did happen to miss a day. But still, though, I mean, a year ago, as embarrassing as this is a year ago, I literally could not do a single push-up. Seriously, I couldn't even do half a chin-up. And I do about 7 exercises a day, and today I can do 5 push-ups. It's hard, but I can do 5. And that's impressive considering a year ago I could barely do 1. Anyway, so thank you for joining me today. If nobody's told you today that they love you, well, I love you, and I'll see you again real soon. Okay? Bye for now.